Hey, the biggest playmaker on the Santa Barbara Dons roster is back from injury just in time for the 57th annual big game between Santa Barbara and San Marcos. Yeah, senior Christopher Tick Jellison broke his fibula, and last year's big game against the Royals tonight was his first game back at the Dons and Royals open up Channel League play. Last big game in Peabody Stadium as we know it. Major renovations coming after the season. Ruben Velez, opening possession for the Dons, takes it upfield, 18 yards, and then it's Frankie Gambardella, and there he is. Tick Jellison, less than 2 minutes into the game, catches the long bomb for the touchdown, 7-0. Welcome back, Tick. Royals complete the pass, but it's Jeremiah Nicholson. Throws them down, forces the punt. Jellison already with one touchdown. He fields the punt. I was at practice on Tuesday and noticed how well he was moving, and look at these moves. So shifty in the open field. He's G-O-N-E gone with the win. Many happy returns. Tick Jellison, 67 yards to the house, and it's 14-0 Santa Barbara, less than 4 minutes into the game. Now following a Royals fumble, Santa Barbara back on the attack. It's Gambardella to Natani Drotti. Big gain for number 11, but the Royals D flushing Gambardella out of the pocket, throws across the body. That's a no-no. He'll learn that. He's just a sophomore. Picked off by the Royals, Luis Messino. Nice stop for San Marcos, but they went 3 and out. And then the Dons back in the end zone. Jeremiah Nicholson right up the middle, 42 yards for the easy touchdown. And it's 21-0 Santa Barbara. Hey, we're still in the first quarter of the big game. Hey, the Royals offense finally making a play. Jacob Variel to Sosa downfield. That's a 45-yard gain. And then last week, we saw this combination work against Nordau. Variel to 6'3" Mason Zimmerman. It works again tonight. Touchdown Royals. They're back in it, down 21-7. But ensuing kickoff, it's Brendan Pineda. When I see 22, I think of Junior Garcia the last couple of years. And Junior would be proud on this one. Pineda, big return inside the 20. They give it to Ruben Velez, and Velez almost the touchdown. As we go to the second quarter, Don's feeling good. They get it to Velez. Easy touchdown there. 28-7 Santa Barbara, but the night belonged to Tick Jellison. Yeah, Frankie might go to Hollywood, but here Frankie goes to Tick Jellison. The third of 5 touchdowns in this one. Didn't get an official confirmation, but I'm sure Jellison was the Gary Blades most valuable player in this game. Ain't no party like a Don's party. Santa Barbara wins the big game 55-7. San Marcos off next week. Santa Barbara takes on Ventura next Friday. Hey, speaking of Ventura, Cougars had their big rivalry contest with their neighbor Buena. Friday football focuses Centeray de los Santos live at the hot spot in Ventura County to gather after the games. Of course, it's cronies. Take it away, Mama Centeray.
Well, that's right, Mike. I was over at Buena High School for the big rivalry game. That would be Ventura taking on Buena. That would be the Dogs taking on the Cats. I have to say, this game was packed. It felt like a playoff game, at least in the beginning of the game. But a lot of action in this one. And the best part, there was a trophy on the line. And I don't know why I'm so blue. It's so dark in here. So let's get to the highlights. What happened to the... Over at Buena High School Stadium, the Cougars dressed up all in white, getting pumped up to take on the Buena Bulldogs. That's right, the Dogs rumbled with the Cats tonight. We'll pick it up in the first, and a huge mistake by Ventura. They fumbled the punt, recovered by Buena, so a couple of plays later, quarterback Brian Yanez hooks up with the wrong guy. That gets intercepted by Connor McDermott. Now Ventura wouldn't be able to capitalize on that drive, but at the end of the first, the Cougars got a spark. Jake Gutierrez handing it off to Brock Mortensen. Now he comes just a tad bit short of the touchdown, so they give him the rock again. This time, Mortensen jumps up and over the line for the score. Ventura gets on the board for 7-0. To the second quarter, more Cougars. Gutierrez scrambling and makes a run for it. He would grab the first down with that nice run. You know what? He wasn't done. Gutierrez started that drive, and he's going to finish it. He runs in for the corner pocket, dives on in for the touchdown. Ventura now up 14-0 and still not done. With 28 seconds left before the half, Gutierrez decides to chuck it deep down the field to a wide open Joey Thompson. The halftime score in this one, Ventura 21, Buena nothing. To the third, more Cougars. And Mr. Gutierrez picking up where he left off, calling his own number, and goes in with ease. Ventura now up 28-0. The Cougars not only go on to win this one over Buena 35-9, but they celebrate with bragging rights of the Susan Brown Memorial Trophy. After the big win, I spoke with Cougars quarterback Nick Gutierrez.
We came into their house and we played great from the start, and we just didn't let go. We definitely had something to prove because we got whooped last week, and we knew we had to ball out this game. Our defense played great all game. Our defense played great all game.
Well, Ventura looking good and feeling good after this win, especially after coming off a tough loss last week against Hart. Also feeling good, which we'll get to those highlights a little bit later in the show, the Pacifica coaching staff. So you know that means they probably grabbed a W, right? I know we have really good highlights, at least that's what coach told me a little bit earlier. Meanwhile, Mike, I'm going to have to fire my camera guy because he made me look like a Smurf earlier on. We're going to go ahead. Toss it back to you. I'm still looking blue. I don't know what's going on. It's my last FFF. Can't even go out with the bang. We'll see you later. That's it for now. Coronis and Ventura, we'll send it back to you.
Senator Ray, thank you so much for all your work this year, going on maternity leave. We wish you the best with baby Jace, and can't appreciate you so much going to all those football games, and you're over 8 months pregnant. That is awesome. Good luck, Senator Ray. Thank you. Bishop Diego found their offense last week. Cardinals may have relocated their mojo after going 6 straight quarters without scoring a point. Bishop erupted for 55 last week against rival Carpinteria. Tonight, homecoming for Bishop Diego. And congratulations, the homecoming queen, Lily Dallow, and the king, Austin Bonnet, who also plays for Bishop Diego. Early on, yeah, this one was going to be lopsided. We knew that. John Harris, the big guy, rumbling down the sidelines, deep in the territory of the Fillmore, and it's David Gladish to Evan McKeegan. McKeegan had that big game last week against Carp. Starts it right there, 7-0. And Bishop back on the attack. It's Harris again, the stiff arm his way down the field. Yeah, you need about 3 or 4 guys to bring that guy down. And then Gladish, quick hitter to Isaiah Veal. And it's McKeegan, his second touchdown of this football game. And it's 14-0 Cardinals. Michael Agnoli, he's been a force on defense this year. Love to see the 6'5" guy get into the flow of offense. How about the stiff arm? Not one, but 2 of them. Stiff arms were in style tonight at Bishop Diego. 21-0 Cardinals. There he is, Mark Sirocco. He scoots into the end zone. Bishop up 28-0. Then it's Ashton Borgeson. There he is for the touchdown. And the Cardinals, this is all in the first quarter. They have a 5-touchdown lead. Here's a Fillmore highlight for you. Daniel Tafoya into the end zone for the touchdown. More Cardinals, though, before the half. It's Jake Engel to Evan McKeegan. What a weapon he has become, back healthy. Bishop Diego, how about 61 points in this one? They win and celebrate homecoming 61-14. Bishop goes into their bye week at 5-2. Well, it's been a struggle for Carpinteria to find any offense this year. Tonight, the Warriors on the road at Santa Paula. Friday Football Focus reporter Trevor Saffel was also there. He joins us live in studio with the highlights. Trevor?
Well, Mike, it's been an emotional Santa Paula team these days. Cardinals quarterback Keyshawn Mata recently learned that he will need surgery soon as his lung cancer has returned. So we certainly wish Keyshawn all the best in his recovery. As for the game, these two teams have been playing against each other since 1928. Most of these kids weren't alive for that. Just the second play of the game. Mata hands it off to Anthony Morales. He finds a hole, reverses field, and it is off to the races. A spoiler alert, nobody's going to catch Morales as he had himself a night. How about 90 yards to the house for the first score of the game? Cardinals up 7-0. Then Santa Paula with the ball again, and Mata's going to hit his receiver, Antonio Almaraz, for the first down. Now, Cardinals would have to settle for the field goal, but Josh Morales for the Warriors had other ideas. He gets the block. Carp couldn't get much going on offense, as you just said, Mike. The Cardinals came to play on defense, and they got the team sack here. It's 10-0 Santa Paula, and they go back to the workhorse Morales. He's looking like he's going to get another big touchdown, but, you know, after running all over the Warriors all night, he may have run out of gas here at the end. He gets taken down at the 8-yard line. Then on 4th down, Santa Paula, they're going to call on Keyshawn Mata with a design run. He's going to run to the outside, but just gets taken down, steps out of bounds with inches to go. That was on 4th down, so they turn it over. Ensuing possession for Carpinteria. Garside with the play action. His throw is tipped by Carlos Gomez and intercepted by Edgar Vigil. Cardinals in great field position, and then from 10 yards out, who else? Anthony Morales. He caps off the drive with his second touchdown of the night to put Santa Paula up 17-0 going into halftime, and Santa Paula would keep pouring it on in the second half. They win this one 38-7. Santa Paula is on the road next Friday at Excelsior Charter. Carp is at home to Trinity Classical Academy next week, and just once again, we want to say from all of us here at Friday Football Focus, Keyshawn Mata, wish you a speedy recovery. Live in the studio tonight, Trevor Saffel. Back to you, Mike.
Well said, Trevor. We certainly have our thoughts and prayers with Keyshawn. Well, the Pacific View League lifting the lid on their league season. Pacifica has their eyes on a league crown this year. Tonight, the Tritons putting out the welcome mat for the Rio Mesa Spartans. Start this one off with a big defensive play for Pacifica. Austin Maciel getting smashed in the backfield by Daniel Moraga, and the big man Armando Cifuentes comes up with the football. Pacifica gets the ball to the 8-yard line. It's Thomas Duckett up the gut, keeps his legs driving, stretches the ball over the goal line, and Pacifica has the early 7-0 lead. Rio looking to answer back. Maciel rolls to his right, finds Robert Ganoa for a nice gain. A couple plays later, it's Isaac Aguilera skipping around the right side, and he's going to find his way into the end zone. We're all knotted up at 7 apiece. Pacifica with the ball. Raul Sandoval getting Moraga involved on offense. He's going to scamper down the sideline. Moving those chains, got the first down. Sandoval back to pass, wants to go back to Moraga, but Rio's ready. Dante Martin sees it. Hey, he says, not on my watch. He intercepts the ball. Second quarter now. Maciel hitting Jacob Carbajal, makes a couple of nice moves on the sideline. Spartans threatening to score. Maciel drops back, looks around, pumps once, and lofts the ball into the back of the end zone. And Duckett comes up with the interception. So teams are playing keep away here. Sandoval got burned last time, but he's going right back to Moraga. He's not afraid to go back to his main man. Throws a beautiful fade to Moraga, reels it in. Martin can't bring him down. Moraga, hey, even fumbles the ball, recovers it on his own, probably to say, hey, I can do it all, right? Next play, it's Duckett getting the handoff, keeping his balance for extra yards. And then a couple plays later, direct snap to Duckett, sweeps around to the left side, touchdown, and the big pile up. Yeah, he's in, and it's 14-7 Pacifica midway through the second quarter. This was wild, and Pacifica gets the league win. Final score 35-28. Pacifica at Channel Islands next Friday. Rio Mesa at Oxnard. Well, those Oxnard Yellow Jackets trying to win 2 games in a row for the first time all year. 3-3 Oxnard playing at a Hueneme team that suffered their first loss on the season last week. Pacific View League opener for these two old rivals as well. Pick it up late in the third quarter. Oxnard up 19-7, trying to get something going on the screen pass. Deshaun Staples makes a nice cut. Open space, hustles down for a first down, but Hueneme wasn't having any of it. Alex Duran gets flushed from the pocket, eventually dragged down by Parker Neros for a big loss. Fourth quarter, Vikings need something to happen quick. They're down 12. Robert Baca drops back, fires a strike to a sliding Angel Cruz for a first down. Drive goes nowhere. Oxnard trying to bleed the clock, but Marquise Allen gets stuffed for a loss. Then that screenplay that worked earlier, that's going to be sniffed out by Orta Vikings. They get the much-needed stop. Remember, down 12. Baca now with the ball. Nobody gets open, so he's going to do it himself. Scrambles his way for a first down for the Vikings, keeping the drive alive. Baca finding Maniko Aipu on a stop route for a big gain. Fourth down, the Vikings need something, anything here. Baca drops back, rolls to his right, looking for the end zone. It's tipped twice, and they can't come up with it. And then with under a minute to go, the Vikings had a chance to at least get into double digits. Andy Romero takes a short pass, shakes the defender, gets to the edge, Looks like he's off to the races, but hold everything. He steps out of bounds, and that'll do it. There you go, 0-0-0. Final score, Oxnard wins 19-7. A lot of highlights for no points on the board there in the second half. Good stuff, Hueneme. Off next Friday. Well, after the break, Calabasas, Westlake highlights, and hey, how many points would be scored between Oaks Christian and Newbury Park? Hey, stick and stay, those highlights on the way.